intro in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Hello and welcome to the first episode of Cooking with Manish. I'm your host, Manish Mystery, and today I'm cooking homemade chicken curry with potatoes. Cooking has always been a passion of mine since I was a little boy, and I've always wanted to become a chef. But at university, most people just order of Just Eat, and when I say most people, I mean me. Okay, enough about me, let's talk about food. In today's episode, I'll be making homemade chicken curry with potatoes, and the only person that makes the best chicken curry is my mum, who is here today to observe my cooking techniques. I will talk to you guys through the ingredients and how to prep them now. So what we want to do is cut up the chili, garlic and ginger. These are the main ingredients in a curry. Obviously we have 1 clove of garlic, we have a bit of ginger and 1 big chili. My mum normally puts 3 little chilies in, but I'll put 1 big one in today. So we'll cut up the chili first. So what you want to do is, you've got a sharp knife, so always be hesitant when using a knife. What you want to do is cut off the green bit first. So watch your fingers first, cut it nice and slowly, and then that's the 1 bit off. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to build a bridge. A bridge is to make sure your hands don't get cut off, basically, when you're cooking. So what we'll do is we'll get our hand, build a bridge first, slowly cut it. So you don't want to cut yourself. Slowly cut it in half, and then the chili's cut in half. And obviously you can see the seeds inside the chili. But for a curry, you want to keep the seeds for spice. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to chop it up finely, and you have to chop it up finely, because if you don't, then the chunky bits in a grinder won't grind properly. And if you have a big chili bit in a curry, then your mouth's going to be on fire and you don't want that. So what you want to do is chop it up finely, nice and slow first. Just put your fingers next to the blade, slowly, that's it, nice and thin. Nice and chopped. The chili seeds are looking nice, smelling nice this already. My mum's always made chili food for me since I was younger, and I've always loved it. So yeah, when I go to Nando's, it's medium sauce though. I find it too hot. I'm not really an extra hot guy yet, so, but I'll get there. So again guys, just chop it up finely again. So nice and quick, because I've been cutting this for time now. So nice and quick, don't cut off your finger, because if we do then something will go wrong. So yeah, we just cut up the chili. Now we'll do the garlic. Everybody has a problem with garlic, cutting it up, but what I do is, the skin is already on the garlic obviously, and what you want to do is take off the skin, but the skin always is always sticky. So what you want to do is cut it in half first, so it makes it easy to take off. So I've just cut the garlic in half, and what you can tell is it's easy to peel now. And there we go, look at that, straight off. So that's half a garlic, and you just want 1 clove of garlic in a curry. I remember my friend at uni, he was making a chicken curry, and he put way too much garlic in. And what he did, he made me taste it. And I'll tell you something, for that day, I wasn't his friend, I'll tell you that one straight up. So yeah, so we'll just peel this off. Sometimes it's a bit struggly. So what you do is cut it in half, nice and fine again, because obviously in the grinder you don't want no chunky bits. So nice again, nice and fine. And there we go. And that's 1 half of garlic done, another half to go. So just cut it up finely. Again, this is, you know, these are the main ingredients inside the curry, and this is what you need. So we'll just cut it up finely. And there we go. So that's the chili and garlic done. So what we'll do next is cut up the ginger. So we'll cut the ginger in half. You don't need too much ginger obviously, because if you do, then it overpowers the curry. So what we've done is cut it in half, and then we're going to peel off the skin now. Some people use a peeler. Most people say when you use a knife it takes most of the ginger off, but I find that, you know, if you cut finely, then you won't take much ginger off. So we're just going to cut finely, take off all the skin nice and slowly. Make sure you watch your fingers again, because if you cut your finger off, it's going to hurt and you're going to get an infection if you don't handle it properly. But I've been cooking many years now. I've been cooking since I was 12 years old. My dad taught me how to do this first, and if you get taught how to do this first, then the rest of it's easy. So obviously, you know, I've learned from, you know, my family at the end of the day. So my family's the best, and I'll never forget that. So, but yeah, the ginger's obviously cut up now. Even if you have a few little bits, as you can see on the ginger, just a few little bits, it doesn't really matter because it's going to get ground up anyway. You're not really going to taste it. So what we're going to do is cut it up finely again. Because again, if you don't cut it up finely, then obviously the chunky bits won't grind properly in the grinder. So just cut it up finely, nice and chopped. Watch your fingers again. I keep on saying watch your fingers because if you cut your finger, it hurts so much. I remember doing it when I was younger. I was doing the exact same thing what I'm doing now, and my dad told me to take my time, and me being me, I was like, yeah, whatever. But I cut my finger, and my dad said, I told you so. So yeah, just take your time. Don't want to cut up your finger, nice and slow. And there we go, and chop it up one more time, just to make it fine. So that's the chili, garlic and ginger done. And when you're cooking a curry, you want to put an onion in. So not a whole onion, half an onion. So what we'll do is, we'll cut off the ends first, nice and slowly, and then you want to take the skin off. And I know, you know, cutting the onion up makes you cry, and boys don't cry. When I say boys, I mean men, sorry. But men have got to cry sometimes, and I might cry on the show. So don't laugh at me, guys. So we'll just take off the skin first, nice and slow. It might be a bit hard sometimes if you don't have nails. So that's half of it. I'll just cut the rest of it off. There we go. So the skin's off now, and what we want to do is cut the onion in half. Cut the onion in half. And there we go. We're only going to use half today, so we're going to put that one over there. And onions have layers. So what we want to do is just cut it up finely, nice and slow. And it might all come apart, but that don't matter. You just take your time and watch what you're doing. So what you want to do now is cut up the fine onions now. Look at that, nice and fine. So move it to the side. And if you have big chunks, it doesn't matter because obviously you can go back to it and cut it up finely. So just nice and slow. There we go. We've got a few left over here. So we just cut it up finely. Move it to the side. And when you're adding in the onion, obviously you want it in hot oil because you want the sizzling done, and you know the onion's done when they're caramelized. So we'll just do that. So that will do for the onions. So that's chili, garlic and ginger and half an onion done. So we'll move this over here now. So we've done with that. And the next item in a chicken curry is the main ingredient. I keep on saying main ingredient, but it's a chicken curry and the main ingredient is the chicken. So we'll bring the chicken over here. I've got a different knife, a different chopping board, because when handling raw chicken, it's very important to keep everything separately to everything else because of raw chicken, obviously. So what we'll do is we'll cut the breast in half first of all. So we'll cut it in half first. There we go. I love my chicken. Seriously, I could eat chicken from Monday to Sunday, not even have a rest day from it. So what we want to do again is cut it up finely, but we want every piece to be the same. Because we want every piece to be the same because when cooking the chicken, you want every chicken piece to cook the same. Because if you cut it too small, then the other piece is going to be raw because it's much bigger. So what we want to do is cut the chicken off, nice and slowly. There we go. And what we'll do is cut it like this, nice and slowly. Just watch yourself again with the knife. And there we go, that's half a breast done. Let's do the same with the other half. Nice and slowly, cut it in half again. And then we'll cut it again. There we go. Again guys, when handling chicken, you've got to be careful. You don't want to touch anything else because it will contaminate other stuff. And obviously if people start handling that and put it next to their eyes or the mouth, then that's raw chicken at the end of the day. So you want to wash your hands and keep it clean. So I've just cut up the chicken. So we'll put that to the side and put it over here. And obviously I've got raw chicken on my hands. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some hand sanitizer on now. So we'll put some hand sanitizer on now. Just clean my hands. There we go. And we'll just wipe my hands to make sure they're clean. And yeah, and that's everything for a chicken curry. Now you're going to see a short video of me and my mum making a curry together. Here it is, guys. Hi guys, so we're here at the Mystery household. I'm with my mum today.
Hi.
As you just seen in the studio, I've just prepared for a chicken curry. But now my mum is going to show us how to cook it and a certain way and certain ingredients. And yeah, let's cook. So my mum's going to talk us through the procedures, what we're going to be cooking and how to cook it. So do you want to tell us?
Yeah, making chicken curry today. So first of all, we add some oil to the pan, which is about maybe a couple of tablespoons. And then we add some onions, which should go crispy brown. And then we'll make a chicken curry for you today.
Perfect. So let's start cooking, guys. Onions to go crispy brown, and then we'll put a nice sauce in, and then we'll add the chicken to go with it and all the spices. So the onions will probably take
5 minutes.
About 5 minutes for the onions to go crispy brown, and then yeah, let's put the sauce in.
Okay, so what we do next is we blend up some ingredients, which are garlic, ginger and chilies. So maybe about 2 cloves of garlic, maybe 2 chilies depending on how hot you like it, and a clove of ginger. So we'll put it in a blender. And then we just add it into the tomato sauce.
So we're going to add in the spices to the sauce now.
Okay, so we're going to add some dana jeera, which is that one, some chili powder, some turmeric and salt to taste. So I'll add these in now. Everything in here now, all the spices, the onion, the tomato tin. So the main ingredient now to go in soon after 5 minutes after the sauce has simmered is the chicken.
So we just added in the diced chicken to the chicken curry. So obviously the chicken has got all the spices, the sauce, the onions in. There's one main ingredient that everybody forgets about.
Fresh coriander.
That is the main ingredient in a chicken curry. We're adding a few more ingredients such as water and garam masala, and these go into the sauce to make it more spicy. The water makes it more saucy. Yeah, 30 minutes to 45 minutes. Relax, clean up a bit and have a brew. Minutes, we took a cup of tea break. So after the 30 minutes, we had water and potatoes. And why do we add water, Mum?
To add more juice and flavour.
And adding more juice and flavour to a curry is perfection.
Okay, so we've added the water and the potatoes. We'll just let it cook for another 15 minutes and we're all ready to go. There you go.
That's gorgeous. That's really nice.
Good, good.
That's the best chicken curry I've ever had. My mum is the best cook in the world, I swear. That's all we got time for this VT. Let's go back to the studio. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you make a homemade chicken curry. I'm sat on the sofa now with my lovely mother to talk about how she got into cooking. So Mum, how did you get into cooking?
I learnt to cook with my mum at a really young age. It was the heart and soul of the family.
Okay. So I started cooking when I was 11 or 12 years old. When did you start cooking?
Probably about 10.
10?
Yeah.
Wow. What was the first thing you made with your mum?
Chapatis.
Chapatis. Can you
Yeah.
describe chapatis to me, please?
It's flour and water with oil. You just mix it to a dough, and then you have to roll them out and cook them on a grill.
See, you just described it as that. Is it really that simple to make a chapati?
No, it's
Can
really
you tell
hard.
me how many years it's took you to get the round chapati instead of being square, rectangular or triangles?
Probably about 15, 20 years.
15, 20 years?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Wow. So I was born and I was getting round chapatis.
Yeah.
So my
Yeah.
sister was born before me but weren't getting round chapatis.
No, she still don't get them right.
Fair enough, fair enough. So other than Indian food, what other food do you like?
I like all sorts. English food, Mexican, Italian, you name it, I like it. There's not many I don't like.
Really?
Yeah.
So when it comes to Italian food, what food do you like?
Pasta is my favourite, pizza, pepperoni, all sorts of meat dishes.
Sounds beautiful.
Yeah.
So obviously when you make a chicken curry, is it different compared to, you know, a chicken curry in a restaurant?
Definitely. It depends on the herbs. Most of my herbs are homemade by my mum, and I'm learning to make them herbs as well, which every household has a different ingredient that makes it taste different.
Okay. So when it comes to buying ingredients, I know you can buy it in supermarkets. Is it a big difference to make it yourself compared to a supermarket brand?
I think so, yes. The flavour is totally different when it's homemade.
Do you think when you obviously make the ingredients at home, does it bring a bit of, you know, a bit more special to the curry?
Yes.
Because obviously you made it out your own time to make the spices, the ingredients are going into the final bit of the curry. Do you think it brings a bit more, you know, special to your curry instead of buying a shop brand?
Definitely. And a lot of them have special ingredients that only the family members have passed on.
Okay.
So, like I said, each ingredient is different to each household.
Okay. So, as you were saying, you were 10, 11 years old when you started cooking. Obviously, you had your mum there. Was it just you and your mum cooking in the household? Because I understand you have 3 older brothers as well. Did they cook before you? Or?
No, it was just mainly me and my mum. But we did used to have a lot of other family members over, like a community. So it was like a big family community thing. So food was the heart and soul of the family.
Do you think this generation now has changed, you know, big? Because obviously more males are cooking now, you know, like Jamie Oliver, Gordon Ramsay and myself. Do you think, you know, that makes a big difference from there till now?
It's totally different. In my childhood, you won't get any male in the kitchen. You won't see my dad cooking. But nowadays, it's everyone. Everyone enjoys it. I think male cooks are probably the best chefs.
Are you calling me a better chef than you?
Yes, definitely.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. So did I do everything right over there with the prepping of the food?
Yes, everything was good.
Any criticism?
Not really, no.
No criticism?
No.
That's the first time in a long while, ladies and gentlemen, no criticism from my mother. So one final question for you is, if you could have anything to eat right now, what would it be?
Probably your chicken curry.
You've been too nice, too nice. Thank you, Mum, for today.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you, Mum, for helping me make a chicken curry. I also went to a local sandwich place in Duckenfield to make some breakfast. Here's what I got up to, guys. We're at Super Sarni's today. I call it a muffin, but people call it different things. People call it sarnie, people call it a bat or cob. I call it muffin. So we're at Super Sarni's today to make some breakfast with some people. So yeah, let's go cook some food. Nearly 60, and he's still working 7 days a week. today is a bacon sandwich or bacon sarnie and then a sausage sarnie as well. I've been with Kim all day today. She's been helping me out. There's the lovely Kim. Let's come over here. This is Kim. She's been running the shop for how long now?
13 years.
13 years this shop's been running for, and yeah, she's been helping me out all day, been cooking. How have we been doing? Alright?
Real good, yeah.
Really good?
Yeah.
You think I can have a job here?
Maybe, yeah. A bit more practice at cutting them muffins.
I'm not very good at cutting muffins, but Kim's been helping me. So yeah, let's see how I serve up my own food today. Let's go. Is the sausage sarnie first. So the sausage has been cooking for 5 minutes now and they're ready to go on the muffin. I like mine with red sauce, but people say brown sauce. I'm not really a fan of brown sauce, but yeah, red sauce all the way. So we just put the sausage on, now we're going to put the bacon ones on. I like my bacon crispy, not too much fat either. Too much fat, what's the pounds on, you know what I mean? So yeah, just cut the fat off and yeah, it should be alright. Oh wow, that's the best bacon sarnie I've ever had. Seriously guys, that's the best. Thank you so much Kim for helping me out and making the best bacon sarnie that I've ever had. Back to the studio. And that was Super Sarnies with Kim. As I was saying in the video, I call it a muffin, but everybody calls it something else. So I'm here with the audience today to ask their opinion on it. So what is your name and where are you from?
My name is Seven and I'm from Nottingham.
Nottingham, very nice place, you know, I've been before. And what do you call it?
I would call it a bread roll.
A bread roll. I've heard that one before, so I'll let you off with that one. So what is your name and where are you from?
I'm Bryony, I'm from Liverpool.
We got a Scouser in the building, guys. She's from Liverpool, and the main question that I'm going to ask you, Bryony, is can you say chicken and chips, please?
Chicken and chips.
Chicken and chips. So what do you call it?
I'd either call it like a balm or a bap.
A balm or a bap. That is new to me. I never, ever called it a balm. So we'll go up to someone else here. So what is your name and where are you from?
Name's Abby and I'm from Salford.
You're from Salford. That's next to Manchester, innit? I'm from Manchester. I like this girl already. What do you call it then, Abby?
A balm.
A balm. A balm. Okay, okay. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Okay, the final person. What is your name and where are you from?
I'm Hannah and I'm from Birmingham.
We got a Brummie in the house, everyone. We got a Brummie. So, Hannah, what do you call it?
We call it a cob.
Cob or cob. All right, I'll let you off with that one because you're a nice looking girl. So I'll let you off with that one. Don't forget about that one. So that's all we have time for, guys. Special thanks to my mum and Super Sarnies for helping me. And thank you for watching. And make sure you tune in next week. Goodbye.